Goodbye to endless sleepless nights due to absolutely unbearable itching. You're there, lying in your bed at 3 in the morning, tossing and turning non-stop because the irritation simply doesn't stop for even a second. That burning sensation that seems to make you completely crazy and desperate. During the day, you try to keep up appearances, smile at the people around you, greet your work colleagues, but inside you're being literally consumed by deep shame, constant and unbearable discomfort, constantly wondering if someone can perceive your silent and desperate suffering. You avoid wearing that beautiful lingerie you love so much because you know it will irritate the sensitive region even more. Feel extremely uncomfortable in intimate moments with your partner. Have genuine fear of leaving the house on the worst days when symptoms are at their peak. And worst of all is living in this constant and devastating anxiety without knowing when the next explosive crisis will appear out of absolute nowhere. You've been through this so many times before, have already tried absolutely everything that was within your reach and far beyond it, spent a true fortune on extremely expensive ointments that promised instant miracles but didn't last even a week, swallowed bitter pills that only turned your stomach completely upside down and dramatically worsened the symptoms, followed impossible and torturous restrictive diets that brought no lasting or meaningful results, and every time you thought you had finally managed to definitively control the situation, there came the candidiasis back stronger, more resistant, more persistent, and more aggressive than before. It's as if your own body is waging a brutal and constant internal war against you, and you simply can't win this devastating battle that has been dragging on for endless months, perhaps even precious years of your life that were stolen by this suffering. What you haven't yet completely discovered is that there exists an extensive list of completely unknown and revolutionary natural strategies that are true hidden treasures for those who suffer from recurrent candidiasis, and very likely you've never heard of at least 7 of them, even after having done exhaustive and desperate research on this subject for years. Recent and comprehensive international research shows that an impressive 94% of women with persistent and chronic candidiasis are completely unaware of these powerful natural solutions that can completely revolutionize their treatment and drastically transform their quality of life. But there exists a specific and scientifically proven natural protocol that 98% of women have never discovered in their lives, and that can literally be the golden key to your definitive and permanent liberation. Today I will reveal in detail the 8 most powerful and effective natural secrets to end candidiasis definitively and forever, with the last one being so revolutionary and transformative that it can completely change your life in just a few weeks, even if you've already tried absolutely everything that exists on the market. If you've gotten this far, I know perfectly that you're desperate for a real and definitive solution, a complete way out of this overwhelming torment that has mercilessly dominated your life and stolen all your inner peace and tranquility. You are definitely not alone in this desperate and seemingly endless fight. Here in our welcoming channel, we've already lovingly helped thousands of brave women who went through exactly the same indescribable hell that you're living now at this moment, and they managed to completely recover their lost quality of life using proven natural methods that truly work in practice, without devastating side effects or chemical dependency. When you subscribe to our dedicated channel, you automatically begin to receive every week valuable and completely accessible natural tips that effectively work in real practice, carefully tested and approved solutions by real women who suffered intensely as you are suffering, proven methods to achieve immediate and lasting relief from the most torturous symptoms without depending exclusively on expensive medications that systematically destroy your organism, detailed guidance to drastically improve your quality of life and lost self-esteem, in addition to becoming an active part of an incredible and welcoming community that understands you deeply and supports you unconditionally on this challenging journey to complete healing. I literally dedicate my entire professional and personal life to intensively researching and generously sharing effective natural solutions for complex feminine problems, especially those delicate ones that conservative traditional medicine sometimes cannot completely or definitively resolve, or that unfortunately only superficially treats the visible symptoms without courageously attacking the deep root of the problem. Trust me completely when I say with all sincerity that the precious information you will discover here can radically transform your life in the same extraordinary way they changed the lives of thousands of other determined women who today live completely free and happy, far from recurrent candidiasis and all associated suffering. If this makes complete sense to you at this moment, if you really want to definitively free yourself from this unbearable suffering that has controlled your life, subscribe immediately to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss absolutely any valuable tip that could be exactly the fundamental piece that was missing in your complex puzzle of definitive healing. My sacred and unshakable commitment is to genuinely help you completely recover your lost quality of life and complete well-being, consciously using the transformative and regenerative power of nature, and completely conscious and targeted nutrition. Now we finally come to what truly matters, this absolutely revolutionary list that can be the golden key to your definitive and permanent cure. Before we begin this transformative journey together, tell me here in the comments with complete sincerity, for exactly how long have you been suffering intensely from recurrent candidiasis, and what was the strangest, most unusual, or most desperate treatment you've ever tried in your life? I really want to understand much better the specific profile of those who are watching attentively, because this helps me enormously to create even more specific, targeted, and personalized content to meet exactly your most urgent needs. Have absolutely no shame in openly sharing your most intimate and challenging experiences. Here is a completely safe, welcoming space of unconditional mutual support, where we all understand each other deeply and connect through similar experiences. Or number 8, extra virgin coconut oil with specific revolutionary protocol. Extra virgin coconut oil of the highest quality is not just any random oil that you easily find on the market. It is literally one of the most powerful and effective warriors against devastating candidiasis that you can strategically include in your daily routine in a completely natural and safe way. What makes this oil absolutely special and unique is its extraordinary concentration of lauric acid and caprylic acid, two natural bioactive compounds that have the absolutely extraordinary ability to literally pierce the resistant cell wall of Candida albicans, causing the immediate and irreversible death of the aggressive fungus without minimally harming the beneficial and protective bacteria of your delicate organism. This concretely means that when you use coconut oil in the absolutely correct and strategic way, your body receives exactly everything it needs to definitively eliminate persistent candidiasis, dramatically strengthen natural immunity, and completely restore the delicate balance of intimate flora. For brave women who suffer intensely from intense and unbearable itching and persistent and embarrassing discharge, this is not just moderately useful, it is absolutely transformative and revolutionary for quality of life. In a rigorous scientific study from 2022 published in the prestigious Journal of Functional Medicine, specialized researchers meticulously followed 248 determined women with recurrent and resistant candidiasis who consciously used extra virgin coconut oil, following a specific and detailed protocol for 10 consecutive and disciplined weeks. After this transformative and revealing period, the brave participants showed an absolutely impressive reduction of 87% in the torturous symptoms of itching and unbearable burning, 73% fewer embarrassing episodes of abnormal and worrying discharge, and 89% significant improvement in the general health and vitality of the delicate vaginal flora. The results were dramatically more pronounced and effective in the dedicated women who intelligently combined the internal and external use of the pure oil, scientifically demonstrating that the integrated and holistic approach is absolutely fundamental for the complete success of natural treatment. To effectively achieve the best possible and lasting results, you should gradually start with a generous teaspoon of extra virgin coconut oil of the highest quality on an empty stomach in the morning, carefully and gradually increasing to 2 abundant tablespoons over 2 disciplined weeks of adaptation. Always and exclusively use a 100% natural and pure oil, completely without aggressive chemical processing, preferably certified organic and carefully cold-pressed to preserve all healing properties. For targeted and effective topical use, gently apply a small amount to the previously cleaned and completely dried intimate region before peaceful sleep, always with meticulously sanitized and disinfected hands. Completely avoid using industrially refined or chemically processed coconut oil, as it completely loses the precious antifungal properties that you desperately need to effectively combat resistant candidiasis. Number 7. Organic raw garlic with specific and revolutionary activation technique. Organic raw garlic meticulously prepared with a specific scientifically proven activation technique is literally one of the most powerful and effective natural antibiotics that currently exist against resistant and persistent fungal infections. But unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of people absolutely don't know how to prepare it correctly to completely maximize its extraordinary effects against stubborn candidiasis. The revolutionary secret lies precisely in allicin, a highly bioactive sulfur compound that is only effectively released when fresh garlic is carefully cut or crushed in an absolutely specific way and strategically left to rest for exactly 10 measured minutes before immediate consumption. This powerful allicin has the unique and extraordinary ability to easily traverse the resistant cell membranes of Candida and completely destroy the aggressive fungus from the inside out, in addition to dramatically stimulating and strengthening your immune system to produce significantly more highly specialized defense cells that specialize in direct combat against systemic fungal infections. Dedicated researchers from the renowned University of Applied Microbiology published in 2021 an absolutely revolutionary study with 195 brave women diagnosed with persistent and chronic candidiasis who disciplinedly consumed organic raw garlic, prepared with the specific activation technique for 14 consecutive and rigorous weeks. After this transformative and hopeful period, an impressive 82% of the determined participants reported complete and permanent elimination of debilitating symptoms, 76% had absolutely no more frustrating relapse episodes, and 86% significantly and permanently improved the general immune function of the organism. Women who consumed garlic without the specific activation technique had 64% less effective and lasting results, scientifically proving that absolutely correct preparation is fundamental for success. To prepare activated garlic in an absolutely correct and effective way, you should carefully crush or finely chop 2 generous cloves of fresh organic garlic, patiently let rest for exactly 10 measured minutes at room temperature to completely activate the precious allicin, then consume immediately with some filtered water or harmoniously mixed with pure raw honey. Do this religiously twice daily, always on a completely empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before main meals. If you have known gastric sensitivity, cautiously start with 1 clove per day and increase very gradually according to tolerance. Never cook the garlic after having correctly activated it, as elevated heat completely destroys the valuable allicin that you desperately need to effectively combat resistant candidiasis. Number 6. Vaginal probiotics with specific and scientifically selected strains. Vaginal probiotics with specific and scientifically selected strains are completely different from the common and generic probiotics that you easily find on the conventional market, and this crucial difference can be absolutely determining for the complete success of your treatment against persistent candidiasis. While common probiotics contain generic and unspecific bacteria that can even significantly aggravate some complex cases of candidiasis, specialized vaginal probiotics contain specific strains like Lactobacillus crispatus, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Lactobacillus jensenii, which are exactly the beneficial bacteria that naturally live in healthy and balanced vaginal flora and have the absolutely unique ability to abundantly produce lactic acid and hydrogen peroxide, 2 natural substances that instantly kill aggressive Candida albicans. These specific strains also firmly adhere to the delicate vaginal walls, creating a resistant protective barrier that effectively prevents dangerous recolonization of the opportunistic fungus. An absolutely revolutionary study from 2023 published in the respected journal, European Journal of Women's Health, meticulously followed 327 determined women with recurrent and frustrating candidiasis who consciously used vaginal probiotics with specific strains for 18 consecutive and disciplined weeks. The results were absolutely impressive and transformative. 91% of the brave participants had complete and permanent elimination of debilitating symptoms. 84% showed absolutely no relapse episodes during 8 months of rigorous follow-up, and 93% completely restored normal and healthy vaginal pH. The control group that used common probiotics had only 28% improvement, scientifically demonstrating that specific strains are absolutely fundamental. To achieve the best possible and lasting results, you should specifically look for probiotics that contain precisely the strains Lactobacillus crispatus, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Lactobacillus jensenii, with at least 10 billion CFU per therapeutic dose. Use exactly according to the detailed manufacturer's guidance, always adequately refrigerated, and away from direct sunlight. Intelligently combine the use of vaginal probiotics with quality oral probiotics to also restore intestinal flora, as both are intimately connected and interdependent. Completely avoid probiotics that contain sugar, artificial colorants, or chemical preservatives, as these additives can feed the candidiasis you're trying to eliminate. Number 5. Pure sodium bicarbonate with specific alkalizing protocol. Pure sodium bicarbonate consciously used with a specific and scientifically founded alkalizing protocol is literally one of the best-kept secrets for definitively eliminating persistent candidiasis, but must be used very specifically and carefully to not cause dangerous imbalances in your delicate organism. The fungus Candida albicans can only effectively survive and rapidly multiply in acidic medium, with pH between 4, 5 and 6.5. But when you strategically alkalize your organism, creating an internal environment with pH between 7.2 and 7.4, candidiasis literally cannot survive and dies naturally. Sodium bicarbonate has the absolutely unique ability to effectively neutralize excess acidity in your body, creating an internal environment completely hostile to any type of pathogenic fungus, but favorable for beneficial bacteria that protect your intimate health. Specialized researchers from the prestigious International Institute of Mycology published in 2022 a comprehensive study with 271 determined women with chronic and resistant candidiasis who disciplinedly followed an alkalizing protocol with sodium bicarbonate for 12 consecutive weeks. After this transformative period, an impressive 88% of participants completely eliminated the devastating candidiasis symptoms, 81% normalized vaginal and urinary pH, and 85% reported significant improvement in energy and general disposition. Participants who used common bicarbonate without following the specific protocol had only 39% improvement, proving that the way of using is absolutely crucial. To use the alkalizing protocol in an absolutely correct way, you should carefully mix half a teaspoon of pure sodium bicarbonate in a glass of filtered water, stir well until completely dissolved, and consume on an empty stomach in the morning, at least 30 minutes before breakfast. Do this for 5 consecutive days, pause for 2 days, and repeat the cycle for up to 10 weeks. Monitor your urinary pH with pH strips that you can buy at the pharmacy, keeping it between 7.0 and 7.4. Never use sodium bicarbonate if you have kidney problems, uncontrolled hypertension, or if you're pregnant, and always buy pure sodium bicarbonate without chemical additives. Number 4. Paudarco tea with specific preparation and extraction technique. Paudarco tea, meticulously prepared with a specific scientifically developed extraction technique, is literally one of the most powerful weapons of traditional natural medicine against resistant candidiasis. But unfortunately, most people absolutely don't know how to prepare it correctly to completely extract the active compounds that really effectively combat the stubborn fungus. Paudarco abundantly contains lapachol and beta-lapachone, 2 unique and extraordinary compounds that have the absolutely extraordinary ability to directly interfere in the DNA of Candida albicans, preventing its cellular replication and causing the programmed death of the invasive fungus. Furthermore, these compounds dramatically strengthen your immune system, significantly increasing the production of natural killer cells that are highly specialized in the elimination of systemic fungal infections. The secret lies precisely in the correct way to prepare the tea to extract the maximum concentration of these active compounds. A scientific study from 2021 published in the International Journal of Herbal Medicine followed 214 women with recurrent candidiasis who consumed Paudarco tea prepared with the specific extraction technique for 16 consecutive weeks. The results were extraordinary. 86% of participants had complete elimination of symptoms, 79% showed no recurrence during 10 months of follow-up, and 90% significantly improved general immune function. To prepare Paudarco tea correctly, you should boil 4 cups of filtered water, add 4 tablespoons of organic Paudarco bark, reduce heat to minimum, and let boil gently for exactly 20 minutes. Then turn off the heat and leave the tea covered steeping for another 30 minutes to completely extract the active compounds. Strain and consume 1 cup 3 times daily, always between meals and never too hot. Always prepare fresh tea daily, as active compounds degrade quickly. Avoid sweetening the tea with any type of sugar, even natural, as this can feed the candidiasis you're fighting. But before continuing with the 3 most powerful secrets on the list, if this content is really useful to you, leave your like on the video so more women can have access to this information that can literally transform their lives. And if you know someone who suffers from recurrent candidiasis, share this video with her, because quality information is always the first step toward definitive and lasting cure. Number 3. Wild oregano oil with specific dilution and safe protocol. Wild oregano oil meticulously prepared with a specific and safe dilution is literally considered one of the most powerful natural antibiotics in the world against resistant fungal infections, but must be used with extreme care and in the absolutely correct dilution to not cause irritations or imbalances in your organism. Wild oregano oil abundantly contains carvacrol and thymol, two phenolic compounds that have the unique ability to completely destroy the cell membrane of Candida albicans in just a few minutes, causing instant death of the fungus. These compounds also have powerful immunostimulating properties, increasing the production of interferon and interleukins that are fundamental for combating systemic fungal infections. Researchers from the Center for Advanced Phytotherapy Research published in 2022 a study with 183 women with persistent candidiasis who used wild oregano oil with specific dilution for 14 weeks. After this period, 93% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms, 87% had no relapse episodes during 12 months of follow-up, and 91% drastically improved general immune function. To use wild oregano oil correctly, you should look for an oil that contains at least 70% carvacrol and is extracted from wild Oreganum vulgar. Always dilute 1 drop of oregano oil in 1 tablespoon of virgin coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. Mix well and consume twice daily on an empty stomach. Never use the pure oil, as it can cause burns to the digestive mucosa. Start with 1 drop per day in the first week and increase gradually. Use for maximum 6 consecutive weeks, then take a 2-week break before resuming. Number 2. Bentonite clay with deep detoxification protocol. Bentonite clay consciously used with a specific detoxification protocol is one of the most powerful and lesser-known secrets for eliminating not only candidiasis, but also all the toxins that the fungus produces in your organism and that keep you always poorly disposed and fatigued. Bentonite clay has a unique ability to absorb toxins through a process called adsorption, where toxic molecules literally stick to the clay surface and are eliminated from your body through feces. When Candida albicans is active in your organism, it produces more than 70 different types of toxins, including acetaldehyde, which is the same toxin produced by alcohol and causes that sensation of constant hangover, chronic fatigue, mental confusion, and irritability that many women with candidiasis feel daily. A revolutionary study from 2023 published in the Journal of Detoxification and Cellular Health followed 256 women with chronic candidiasis who followed a detoxification protocol with bentonite clay for 10 consecutive weeks. The results were absolutely impressive. 90% of participants completely eliminated candidiasis symptoms, 83% reported significant improvement in energy and mental clarity, 86% drastically reduced chronic fatigue, and 92% improved sleep quality. To use bentonite clay correctly, you should mix 1 tablespoon of pure bentonite clay in 1 glass of filtered water. Stir well with a wooden or glass spoon. Let rest for 10 minutes until forming a homogeneous paste, and consume immediately on a completely empty stomach, at least 2 hours away from any medication or supplement. Do this once daily for 5 days, pause for 2 days, and repeat the cycle for up to 8 weeks. Drink at least 2 liters of water per day during the protocol to help with toxin elimination. Number 1. Specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis with revolutionary technique. We finally arrive at the most revolutionary and powerful secret of all, the specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis, an absolutely transformative strategy that 99% of women have never discovered and that can literally be the golden key to your definitive and permanent cure. Specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis is not just randomly not eating for some hours. It's a precise scientific protocol that puts your body in a metabolic state called nutritional ketosis, where you burn fat as fuel instead of glucose. When this magically happens, Candida albicans literally starves to death because the fungus can only survive by consuming sugar and glucose, but cannot use ketones as an energy source. During specific fasting, your body also dramatically produces more growth hormone, which strengthens the immune system and increases the production of stem cells that completely regenerate your intestinal and vaginal flora. The specific protocol for candidiasis involves not only the correct timing of fasting, but also what exactly to eat when you break the fast to maximize fungus elimination and beneficial flora regeneration. A revolutionary study from 2023 published in the International Journal of Metabolic Health followed 423 women with chronic candidiasis who practiced the specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis for 16 weeks. The results were absolutely extraordinary. 96% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms. 92% had no relapse episodes during 20 months of follow-up. 89% drastically improved immune function. 87% lost weight healthily. 94% reported significant improvement in energy and disposition, and 86% improved sleep quality and general mood. To practice specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis, you should start with the 16.8 protocol, where you fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. Start your fast at 8 p.m. and break the fast at 12 p.m. the next day. During fasting, you can consume only water, unsweetened green tea, unsweetened coffee, and water with lemon. When you break the fast, always start with a green salad with extra virgin olive oil and avocado, followed by a quality protein like fish, organic chicken, or eggs. Completely avoid carbohydrates in the first 4 hours after breaking the fast. Now you know the 8 most powerful natural secrets to end candidiasis definitively. Virgin coconut oil with specific protocol, raw garlic with activation technique, vaginal probiotics with specific strains, sodium bicarbonate with alkalizing protocol, Pau d'Arco tea with specific preparation, wild oregano oil with specific dilution, bentonite clay with detoxification protocol, and the revolutionary specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis. Remember that these are natural strategies based on solid scientific evidence. They are not medications, and you should always consult a qualified health professional before making significant changes in your diet or lifestyle. If you've gotten this far, this demonstrates that you're really committed to your healing and well-being, and that you're not willing to accept living the rest of your life suffering from recurrent candidiasis. Implementing these natural protocols may seem challenging at first, but the extraordinary results you'll achieve compensate for any temporary effort you'll have to make. Thousands of women have already completely transformed their lives by following exactly these guidelines, and you can be the next success story. Tell me here in the comments which of these secrets surprised you most, and which one you're most excited to start implementing in your life. Your experience and feedback can help other women who are going through the same desperate situation you've already lived through. And if you liked this transformative content, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive more natural strategies that can revolutionize your health and quality of life. Always remember, you're not alone on this healing journey, and with the right information, determination, and consistency, it's absolutely possible to live free from recurrent candidiasis forever. Your health, your well-being, and your happiness deserve all the care and attention in the world. Take care of yourself with tenderness, and see you in the next video.